when you go to, especially in real estate, you go to a lot of networking functions and you have a lot of networking coffees. Oftentimes, those don't lead into any more than one or maybe two meetings. But for you and I, we kind of took out our real estate networking hat and realized, all right, we can make something out of this, right? And kind of push each other in our personal lives as well. So I think that turned into us having consistent meetings, especially starting this year, because what have we been doing? We've been meeting every single Monday at 9 a.m. every single week.
Every day, every week.
And now we refer to each other as our accountability partners.
Accountability partner,
And having that consistency of every single Monday allows us not want to skip a day, not want to skip a week, because what happens in the terms of consistency, it's once you take off a week or take off 2 weeks, it's easy to say, Jake, I don't think this week's a good time.
Yeah.
Let's maybe we'll do Thursday, maybe we'll do Friday. But knowing that we had that meeting every single Monday, I could go to bed on Sunday knowing that I could be fired up, because what a great way to set the tone for the entire week.
It really is. And when we decided that this is something that we wanted to keep going at and doing, one of the coolest things that we did was, and again, we're speaking what works for us. And if you guys feel anything on that, feel free to message the podcast or anything, and we'll be more than happy to talk more about anything that you're hearing. But accountability partners, to me, it's important to find the right one, because you have ones that maybe just do it just for their own selfish reasons. The beauty about what you and I are doing, there's nothing selfish behind it. It maybe in the terms of it's helping us, so keep riding that feeling. But when we were like, look, we literally will take notes and we'll ask each other before we're done, like, all right, what do you have next week that we can touch base on? So like the whole week, like when I was telling you that I wanted to try stand up and the open mic stuff, you were like, all right, I got a challenge for you. I didn't even have to ask you to do it. And I was like, all right, this is a real one, because so like that next week, I remember it was like Friday. I'm like, oh, I got to write some stuff down, some ideas, because the week sometimes, especially in the field that we were involved in, the real estate field, like it's such an unpredictable market right now. Like everything's up and down. So when you have the time, knowing that we were going to be meeting Monday, and I don't like to go into meetings unprepared.
Yes.
So like I went in there and notebook open, we ran ideas past each other, and you got to be, the key to accountability partners, you got to be upfront and honest with each other. If you didn't do it, just own it.
Right.
And don't make excuses, because the more you get to, do you ever have that where you could tell they're just BSing you?
Yes.
And it's just like, all right, dude, don't waste time. Like if the whole purpose of this is to support, help each other. If there's something that I do that is like, oh, you have a different opinion on, we run everything by each other.
Right. And knowing that we have that Monday, meeting every single week, as you were saying, of being able to call each other out, is giving those deadlines. It's important, because you don't want to let your boy down.
No.
I mean, sometimes you may have deadlines, whether that's in, school growing up, and you may not care. But, as you get older and, your friend group or acquaintance group, dwindles a little bit, you have your, as you said, real ones, your close friends. That's the last thing you want to do, right? Especially if they gave the time that they're giving you every single week,
right?
And they specifically gave you a task to do. We want to make sure we do it, or at least tried, or admit, hey, I just didn't have the time to do it, but we know that we can push each other to make sure that we do it next week.
And then another thing, just a vulnerable moment, I just want to tell about what we do. If him and I are struggling with anything that's bothered us, like mental health wise that week, it's a safe spot.